I have been tweeting this week, or I've been tweeting a Twitter storm. And I tweeted, something that got me some backlash. Now, I felt like I was just calling water wet, but apparently this is offensive in 2023. So I want to know if you guys find this offensive. I said, hold on. Sorry, I'm laughing. I said strippers are whores.
Okay.
Yeah. So is that offensive? Yes or no? And is it true? Yes or no?
Offensive, yes. True, no.
It's not true?
I don't think it's
strippers
true.
are not whores.
I don't think so.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but it's offensive.
You don't think it's true?
I don't think it's true, but
Okay,
it's definitely
and it is offensive.
I don't think it's true, and I suppose it can be offensive. Depends who's
So strippers are not whores?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
I don't think it's all true. And I think it's only offensive if you're either a whore or a stripper.
Okay, tell me, why is it not true? Because to me, a whore is someone that's promiscuous, right? So to me, what's more promiscuous than taking off your clothes for money?
Then you could say any person that posts a bikini pic on Instagram's a whore.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that too.
But I mean, for my definition of a whore is if you're having sex with multiple people throughout a short period of time, consistently, I would call you a hoe.
I would put them in that category too.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
They're at the top of the category for me. But if you decide to go in, if you want to be up and down a pole and make money for it, but you're not sleeping with anyone, to me, that's not a hoe, because you could sleep with 2 people in your lifetime but be throwing it back for money. I don't think that makes you a hoe.
Do you think the majority of women that are taking off their clothes for money are super selective with who they sleep with? In general, not I know there's exceptions, but in general.
Probably not. However,
not.
There is the exception.
But as a general statement, it's kind of true.
I don't know. I still don't think it's true. Personally, I don't know.
No. Okay. Why am I wrong?
I just feel like calling strippers, I don't know. It's like she said, I feel like they could be quite selective for who they're sleeping with. They're not necessarily hoes, because just because they're throwing it back for money doesn't mean that they're out there sleeping with multiple men. And we don't know their circumstances. Like, we don't know why they're a stripper. They have their reasons.
If you're a robber, but you have your reasons for being a robber, does it make you not a robber?
Okay, you got me there. It still makes you a robber because you stole at the end of the day, but stripping is just, it's different. It's like,
do you think stripping is promiscuous? Yes or no?
No.
No.
You don't think taking off your clothes for money and putting your boobs in a stranger's face is promiscuous?
I mean,
that's not at all.
I mean,
shaking ass in like a stranger.
Okay.
Any man can pay $50 and your boobs are in their face. It's not a little.
Okay, it depends. I feel like there's an extent to stripping. Like, there's some that are fully undressed, and then there's the ones that, cover a little bit. So I think there's a certain level to it.
Right. Well, but we're talking about in general. Not there's I'm sure there's a virgin stripper out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't think they're necessarily hoes. Like, they're virgin strippers. So promiscuous, but
in general, would you say they're more promiscuous?
Yeah.
Than the average girl sitting on my couch? Would you say you're equally as promiscuous as a stripper?
The thing is, you can't tell, because, like, a stripper, like, you can't tell. You just can't tell. Like, I could see someone on the train fully clothed, and in, like, underneath she could be sleeping with like 50 men, whereas a stripper, like, just because she's naked or, like,
Okay, so if one guy's a pickpocketer, right, and there's another guy that robs banks for a living, right, does that make the first guy not a pickpocketer? Like, just because there's someone that's a worse robber than him, like, aren't they still all robbers? Just because one's worse, one's one's robbing banks, right? He could be robbing banks, but he's just pickpocketing. He's not putting a gun out.
I don't know. I honestly can't say. I just feel like calling strippers, like, more promiscuous than others is just a bit much.
Okay.
Like,
is it true? It's not true?
It's not true.
Not even a little true?
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I think that the word whore comes from back in the days when it's like another word for prostitute. Mm-hmm. So if a woman's selling her body for money, yeah, she's a whore. but these strippers are not
So we
actually
agree.
having sex. Yeah, I
We
agree
agree.
with you. But these strippers are not having sex. They are 100% promiscuous. Like, there's no way you can go from that. You know, they're trying to promote sex, sexuality.
She's
whatever
shaking
it
her
is.
head.
Yeah, but it's true.
You don't think it's
We're not-
promiscuous?
I think that whole thing is cap. I can't lie.
Your
you
boobs
could have
are worth $50.
Yeah, so fair play to you for having $50 boobs, but realistically, you could be on a train with someone and they could have taken wood that morning, but their dress head
No, it's the
covered up.
intention. They've got the intention.
No, but if you could have someone that's a stripper and she's stripping to get through night school, if she's got $50 boobs, fair play to you for having good boobs. You can profit off it. That doesn't make you promiscuous, though.
What does promiscuous mean?
Promiscuous. I mean, you don't know what promiscuous means. It's the taking off of the clothes.
No,
you know,
I'm saying that's what I
sleeping
agree
with
with you. It's to do with
multiple people.
sex. Like, you know, strippers.
I wouldn't say it's
that's
only sex.
sexual energy, attention, feelings, thoughts. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it. They're like holding their hands up to say, yeah, this is what I'm doing for money. They're not sleeping with guys. There's nothing wrong with being promiscuous. We are sexual beings as humans. Do you know what I'm saying? Some people have different levels. So it's not a bad thing that strippers are promiscuous. That's what, like, thing that they're in, what field they're in, sex.
Would you, since they're not promiscuous, would you be okay with your boyfriends going to a strip club every day? But they're not promiscuous, don't worry.
Yeah, because I'd be going to one too.
You'd be okay, you'd be cool. You'd be
Quite
cool.
frankly.
No, I honestly would not be okay with
Why
that.
not?
It's just
They're like nuns in there.
no, they're not. I'm not saying they're nuns. I'm just saying
They're just
they
like-
have their reasons.
Well, it's
for,
like the average. Like, I mean, it's the same as the girl on the train.
No, I just feel like certain strippers have their reasons for what they're doing. Like that could be the only source of income, or they could have certain
Yeah.
circumstances as to why they're doing so. But personally, like I would not want my boyfriend to go to a strip club. I don't even go myself.
But the reasons, like, it still doesn't take away from the fact that they're doing what they're doing. Because remember, a guy could be homeless, right? But he doesn't have the option to go down to the strip club and get a job. He just has to go get a real job at Subway. The stripper could do that. She just chooses not to. She wants easy money.
She might enjoy it.
Yeah, that's what whores like, easy money for their bodies.
I mean, yeah, 100%. However, they might. You can't say that no one likes easy money. Everyone wants to make money in an easy fashion. If someone gave you an opportunity, not necessarily to be promiscuous, but another opportunity that was quite respectable and it was easy money, you would take it because everyone wants to make money easily. The fact that these individuals decide, do you know what, I'm going to be naked because it's easier, fair play.
I mean, I could sell drugs for easy money, you know, but it's like at what cost, right? And everyone's got a moral framework. And I would say,
definitely.
when it comes to their bodies, whores care less about selling them. So
I don't see it as selling though necessarily. For me,
what are
if
the men paying for?
For the visual
Of what?
of the
of
body.
good boobs.
I'm just like, isn't water wet? Like, you guys know I'm right. She's based a little bit.
Yeah, no, do you know what it is? Because obviously we're not disputing why they're doing it. You know, people sacrifice whatever, but it is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? They're selling their bodies, you know, for money, for sexual. These guys are getting sexual pleasure out of it. They're not like dancing to make these men think about, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the bank, do this for my job. Like, it's a thrill. It's an excitement. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. There's nothing wrong with it. Sex is like the biggest industry, I think, is it before or after IT? One of them.
It's really after IT is bigger than the sex
One of
industry.
them.
I'm surprised it's not sex first.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's between those two.
Auntie, what do you think? Are strippers whores? Yes or no?
I'm still with was it $50 boobs?
Yeah, like they pay $50. I don't know what they cost. You know,
When you said
guys,
that,
let me know in the chat, guys. How much did you pay for your last lap dance? I don't know the real cost. I was just
40
guessing.
quid.
Can I just say something totally off subject? Once you said that, you got a fantastic pair of boobs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I should charge more than £50.
You are wearing a decent bra.
You have to.
There's no spillage. I love that. When you said $50 boobs, all I saw was her boobs. I just took off my glasses and my eyes still were going there. I couldn't help it because she's got fantastic.
Yeah,
I love that. So yeah,
must be nice.
but I personally think that they're selling sex no matter how. But I know some that go there with their man's blessing. Because to them, it's just a way of just going and getting some money. They just go and take it off and do whatever. Some people really get into it. To some people, it's like clocking in, clocking out. But it's still in the sex industry, and that's what's selling. So, yeah.
So, yeah, they are whores.
I think the ones that sleep with men are whores, and the ones that don't, they're just selling sex.
I agree.
So you got strippers and you got stripper whores.
You don't think it's a whore if you're literally being paid to take off your bra and put them in random men's face? 'Cause to me, that's
that's what I said. There's some of them are whores. Those ones are whores, but you got some that just don't come off the pole and don't come off the stage.
yeah.
Some people do that just because some women find it empowering. Believe it or not. But it's all in the sex industry and it's all selling sex. So
at the
they're
end,
sex sellers.
So at the end of the day, what's a sex seller, guys? What's a sex seller? A whore.